Yo, what is up, guys? This is your boy Six, and today we have a discussion video for you. In this discussion, me, Lenation Productions, and Riku, their links will be in the description, had this entire discussion about the what if topic. So basically, this is open for anyone to use if you want to use what we say here. If you have like a different opinion, this is just our opinions. It's not factually what we think would happen, like if this was actually the case. It is us doing what ifs like we usually would, morphing the situation and the story to fit how we want it to progress. So yeah, I've wasted y'all time long enough. Let's actually just start this video. So what if Madara had the Nine Tails? The discussion between me, Riku, and Lenation. So yeah, let's jump straight into this shit. So we start off by the time the nine-tailed beasts are being given out to the villages, correct?
Yeah.
And as a selection for the nine-tailed Jinchuriki, Madara would be chosen instead of Hashirama's wife Mito.
I think didn't Mito forcibly steal Kurama in her?
I don't know.
Herself.
Remember,
Mito came in and like forcibly still Kurama within herself.
Okay, but regardless, at this point, Madara would be the nine-tailed Jinchuriki. Okay, so I think we opt in for a weaker seal, just for the fact that he doesn't necessarily need the most powerful seal, since he could use his Sharingan to keep Kurama, under bait. And I don't think he will ever get final KCM because Kurama will hate him, bro.
But he will never give full
politically, I think politically he's gonna be pushed even further away from, like, the village and shit because of obviously Tobirama. Tobirama would now have an even bigger reason to have Madara killed. Like, he's like, bro, we can't trust this fucking Uchiha with the Nine Tails.
Like, that's too damn powerful.
That's like, way too powerful, bro.
That's too damn powerful.
Imagine that effect on the Uchiha clan. The pressure might be even worse.
Okay, but regardless how it goes, Madara is still gonna go rogue. Obviously, a KCM Madara is way too powerful for Hashirama. Even though Hashirama held back in all their fights, that's just a fucking giant boost. So I don't think we give him KCM right now. So
yeah, not at all.
Y'all remember how one of the subsets for having KCM requires Sage Mode?
Yeah.
Madara not having Sage Mode will change a lot. Also, since Madara can't summon the Nine Tails since he's inside of him, the most he can do is transform into the Nine Tails.
Oh yeah, the transformation too.
No, not the transformation, just full ongoing Biju mode.
Oh yeah, full on. Oh yeah.
And at that, he should still have the ability to create a Susanoo. So at most, we're still gonna get the Susanoo Kurama that Madara had originally created.
Yep.
Oh, the best. He can only do KCM to a limit.
I don't think we do KCM. I think we do cloaks. I think at most, if it's just Madara himself, we do cloaks.
Yeah.
So okay, so let's go over the actual Hashirama and Madara fight because I feel people don't do this enough. So how about we start off with just the two of them going at it taijutsu wise?
I think
pure taijutsu, no. And as the fight continues, you'll have them like jumping around, start throwing some fucking jutsu at each other, and that's when we actually get into that. Like, Madara would activate the Three Tails Cloak, the highest you could go without transforming, that is, and Hashirama would use his Wood Style Sage Mode. So for now, they could at least keep up with each other, right?
Yeah.
Because Madara don't have Sage Mode at that point.
Madara doesn't have Sage Mode regardless.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so Madara has his fucking Nine-Tailed Cloak going on. Hashirama got his Sage Mode. So they're obviously just gonna keep up. This would eventually lead into Madara using his Susanoo, and Hashirama probably using that big-ass dude he created to box. That wooden dude, which I still do not understand how he moves.
So I feel like in this fight, Hashirama could still have a good advantage because if you remember, Wood Style allows you to still chakra through the wood. So
not necessarily. It imprisons it within the wood itself. It doesn't bring it back to the user. It imprisons the chakra in the wood itself.
Yeah, I know
and that's especially true for Nine Tails Beast modes. So eventually, when Madara would go like full Nine Tails Susanoo form. So he himself would turn into the Nine Tails and encompass himself in a Susanoo. On top of that, all Hashirama has left is the 1,000 hand Buddha statue, and then obviously just pure wood style to weaken Madara down as much as possible. Obviously, we know Hashirama held back in their fights through Madara saying so himself, but even if Hashirama went all out, this fight will not be fucking easy by any means.
Oh, fucking nowhere near.
On both sides, yeah, it'll be hard on both sides.
Okay, Madara wouldn't have the chakra issue because we know Madara ran out of chakra constantly while facing Hashirama. That was his main issue fighting Hashirama. Not having the Nine Tails, that would not be as much of an issue. So I'm going to say is they will eventually get to that point where it's like Naruto Sasuke type of bullshit where they neither of them have fucking chakra. They just punching the fuck out of each other, barely moving.
Like, nah, nigga, you go there. Nah,
okay. Hashirama gonna be beating on Madara. He is gonna be yelling and shit. He gonna be like, Madara, you have to come back to the village. Madara gonna be like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Take a chunk out of that. Take a entire chomp out of that dude's arm. Like, ha. Now I shall awaken the running.
And then kicks Hashirama off of him, tries to use Rinnegan, but that shit doesn't work.
I feel personally, we ended the same way it ended normally, like fucking Madara falling off the waterfall and Hashirama believing he'd be dead. So the Nine Tails would not be a problem ever. But Madara didn't have that giant regeneration factor Naruto had, because that was a part of Uzumaki genes. Go on.
So Madara still lived on to the point of where he was able to train Obito, correct? So I feel like with him having
I doubt he'd even do the Obito thing. Like, he should be able to just heal up and come back.
I mean, at that point, he should be able to. With Hashirama, with him, like,
okay. There are two ways we could go about this. We could either go the way of him growing old, getting the Rinnegan, all that type of shit, it perfectly bonding with him meeting Obito, all that type of shit. In that route, I feel he'd die and would get KCM by the time he came back because he was brought back with wood style, giving him access to a natural gathering of nature energy, meaning he could use the Nine Tails energy still inside of him on top of the wood style chakra to create, KCM. So he'd get that in the war arc, which would mean that everything would probably just go to canon. At the end of the day, he'd face off against Hashirama, topping Hashirama to kill Naruto and Sasuke, and eventually just dying to them again when Naruto comes back with better.
So this is my appeal. So, seeing how Kushina during the time was alive, or Madara was alive, because Kid Obito was alive during that point. If we go down that route, Kushina would not be the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails during that time, and eventually when Madara does die, Obito will already have control over it since he can use the Sharingan ability to take over the Nine Tails when he comes back from Madara and him and Kurama dying during that time.
Unless we're assuming something different happens, because let's say Obito does not kill Madara. In fact, Madara dies of old age. Kurama would just reform somewhere in the world, possibly in the Leaf Village, causing all those events to go similar, if not exactly the same.
That's what I was thinking.
So regardless, there could be a situation. Okay, so at this point, this route's gonna take two routes. So either the way of Kushina and Minato dying trying to stall the Nine Tails, and Naruto getting the Nine Tails still sealed inside of him, just by pure chance. And then the other route of Obito getting the Nine Tails, and then just basically ignoring the Leaf from here on out. Or, in my opinion, the interesting part where Hashirama would think Madara's dead, but after a few years of the Nine Tails not reviving, he would realize Madara's most likely still alive.
Which would lead to him tracking down Madara with his wife, Mito, since she's so well known inside the sealing ninjutsu like she was in canon.
Bro, like, either way, they'd be able to force Madara to not be able to use the Nine Tails. Like a combination of wood style weakening the Nine Tails chakra and the Uzumaki chain just absorbing that shit. It will make Madara's entire thing useless of being the fucking Nine Tails.
Bro, imagine if Mito got revived inside the whole Great Ninja War.
Bro, people would be so fucked.
So much shit would have changed.
Like, bro, like they thought Kinkaku and Ginkaku with their fucking nine-tailed chakra was bad. Like, bro, y'all don't even know. This Mito was built different, bro. Bro, imagine being an S rank shinobi who was not active. She wasn't even a shinobi. I think she was just S ranked in general.
Yeah, she was just fucking strong as hell.
She was, bro. She was said
Like,
to be almost
she
as
legit
strong as
showed the
Hashirama and
nine-tails
Madara. Like, what the
just
fuck?
because she could.
Like, bro,
I guess
Uzumakis are all built different. You can't even lie at this point.
And Madara, bro. I guess she was that useful.
Bro, these are all, bro. Now that I'm thinking about it, we're built different. So you got, think about this. So you got fucking Mito, the Mistress of the Nine Tails. You got Kushina, the Red Death. You got fucking Naruto. All S rank shinobis, bro. And two of them not even because of the Nine Tails. Naruto the only one that gained above S rank because of the Nine Tails. Okay.
When actuality he could have, it could have given him some of the Uzumaki stuff that, he could rightfully deserved, but, it didn't happen.
They should do that inside, like, adult Naruto. And he'll be way more overpowered.
Yeah, I know.
Give him a few flying rising skills,
yeah, but
skills.
How are we gonna go exactly about the second fight?
The second Hashirama.
Okay, so there are two ways we could go. Hashirama convincing Madara to return to the village, and then the Nine Tails being passed down the Uchiha line, seeing as Madara's control over it, or him just being like, Hashirama, your sense of peace is nothing the same as mine, as he would then just continue fighting. Because I think just one extra encounter with Hashirama should be able to push Madara, because even Madara, after that second fight with Hashirama, he was like, hey yo, if this fight had happened earlier, things might have changed a lot.
I would see to where Madara will actually come back to the village. If, seeing as like Madara could have his respect, he comes back to the village and Hashirama could try to convince Toy Brown that, Madara was going down the right path, and eventually when Madara comes back to the village and actually does make peace with Hashirama, that would end the cycle of reincarnations with, Ashura and Indra. There would no longer be no reincarnations of them two.
True.
Which really wouldn't happen. That wouldn't affect Naruto and Sasuke in a way, because they was the next reincarnations.
Unless we find a way for Black Zetsu to find someone else in that situation. So
Black Zetsu's a bitch.
Black Zetsu could either go after one of the other tailed beasts, convincing them that there is a lot more power if they collect all the tails, or even going to one of the neglected tailed beasts or Jinchuriki, convincing them that the only way they're going to stop their torment or Jinchuriki's torment as a whole is by removing them from society, getting all the tailed beasts, gathering them, and basically getting rid of them. Which could be a compelling argument to why someone would gather all the tailed beasts, so that people wouldn't suffer like them.
Then they find out the fucking Nine-Tails and Jerky's fucking Madara. They ain't doing shit. They gonna wait till that nigga dies.
But at the end of the day, what they'd still be able to do, at the very least, is steal some of the Nine-Tails' energy to be able to, do the ghetto statue thing.
At least, yeah.
But regardless, Madara is gonna awaken the Rinnegan, and I think the Rinnegan's gonna set into motion the last battle between him and Hashirama, being most likely the battle where he tries to enact that of the Infinite Tsukuyomi, or him trying to just gather all the tailed beasts, all that type of shit, causing a final battle between him and Hashirama, which I think is where we'd most likely end this. So the last fight between him and Hashirama, let's say Hashirama does successfully gather everyone, all that type of stuff. He gets the 10 tails in the ghetto statue, but when the 10 tails emerges, that's when things will change. We have Mito try and seal the entirety of the 10 tails inside of herself, because she thought that she could easily do that with the 9 tails, so why not try the 10 tails? And when successfully doing so and going dog shit, this is when Black Zetsu sees his chance. Take over her to summon Kaguya.
Ooh, that would have resentment over
Kaguya would be able to kill Madara, who would have believed that this is how, she's gonna bring a world of peace. That would not be the case. She'd just kill him. Same with Hashirama. Hashirama would try to get his wife back. She'd kill him. that's when they're faced with the Sage of Six Paths.
Old version Naruto. Let's go. So I see this more happening. Hagoromo would tell them both on how things were truly going to happen, and how Kage came to be, to even be the what was her nickname again? I can't remember, but someone with a fucking rabbit.
Bunny
right?
Goddess, yeah, Bunny Goddess.
So
Playboy.
So with with Hagoromo actually telling them on what they do and how to defeat Hagoromo by giving them both the seals when they fucking touch hands like patty cakes.
Would Madara get the Sage of Six Paths KCM, or would he just lose KCM as a whole at this point?
I don't think he would lose KCM
because he didn't. Because the entirety of the Nine Tails is in the ghetto statue at this point.
Oh yeah, so I would just give him stage mode at that
point for that KCM at this point. So.
And Madara still strive for peace. There's no reason that the fucking that he can't be convinced by the Sage of Six Paths that he's not following the right way to peace.
Yeah, because it's literally the Sage of Six Paths. He's just gonna explain to Madara how the way how he was doing it is kind of wrong, and it fucked him over.
Like the Infinite Tsukiyomi is literally just a route for the 10 Tails to devour the world and become even stronger.
Yep. Which is horrible.
Nowhere near what you think it is.
At this point,
yeah.
I see, like him obviously just losing the KCM because there's no way for the Nine Tails to be returned to him. But I would also give him the 6-Tomo Rinnegan in both eyes because he already awakened the Rinnegan at this point.
He already has like both of the Rinnegan.
And at this point, I see Hashirama probably being granted the ability to just completely naturally generate Sage Chakra. So they should be on more or less the same level.
Yeah. Get the True Seeking Orbs.
I think both of them would actually have the True Seeking Orbs because we know at the very least, Madara possesses Yin Release and Hashirama possesses Yang Release. So there's no reason we can't give them Yin Yang Release and have them be able to create True Seeker Orbs. Hello?
Hey.
Okay.
So this discussion is pretty interesting, honestly.
Okay, so at the end of this route, after they had sealed away Kaguya, Mito would be saved. The tailed beast, instead of being sealed back into people because of the explanation given by the Sage of Six Paths, would be let return to where they want to go. But this would obviously be a problem later on when we encounter someone like Ishiki or Momoshiki. Because Madara and Hashirama are going to be long gone by that point.
Long dead.
And at this point, I'm feeling Minato would be the Hokage. There wouldn't be anything wrong with that. And by the time Momoshiki at least arrives, Naruto would already be an adult, and he would have actually been trained by people like Kushina and fucking Minato, and would have even possibly been able to awaken his Kekkei.
And Jiraiya
Aki Seals and if my Raijin if it decides to teach him that.
Like,
Jiraiya be still around that time?
So at that point, we wouldn't have to worry about it. Like, no, but he might have a kid, though.
True.
Like, think about it. Nah, Jiraiya might have a kid. Like, imagine Kashin Koji being his son instead of, a clone of him. Yeah, that would be dope as hell, though.
That would.
Oh, yeah. That would be fire.
Okay, and at the end of the day, our only problem would be like what? Like the other route, like where no one gets the Nine Tails. Like where Madara dies like he originally did and Obito having the Nine Tails. Because who's gonna stop them at this point?
Fucking no one.
Actually, no, I could still see it getting up to that point where Naruto, because Naruto wouldn't be burdened by the Nine Tails, so he'd be able to learn actually pretty easily because we've shown he's a fucking genius. He would probably easy master the Academy Ninjutsu, probably be able to pass like first time off, even graduate early possibly, just like Minato. Minato and Kushina would still be alive. We'd still have that. So regardless of which route we go at this point, we're gonna have, at the very least, Minato, Kushina. I don't think Minato is even gonna let Jiraiya kill himself against Nagato. He would help in that situation.
Yeah, he was definitely.
But even if Jiraiya don't survive, either way, we're most likely gonna get the whole thing with fucking the previous Kage being revived and shit. So at the very least, we're gonna be strong off, at least to start off with. We're gonna be pretty good.
They, instead of like the previous Kage revive, they can revive fucking Hashirama and Madara. Fucking everything's over.
No, but Madara would be revived by Obito regardless, or by Kabuto in this situation.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Oh, I thought I was talking about still on like that other.
Our biggest problem would have been the fight with Naruto and Sasuke at the Valley at the end. But I think also, like, if Sasuke would be in that situation in the first place, because we don't know if Minato would let the Uchiha clan get slaughtered. But for the sake, I'm gonna say it happens behind his back because of Don. Because we know Hiruzen said no. But Danzo still pushed Itachi's buttons. So I feel that would happen regardless. And Minato obviously training Naruto up a bit more. He might be able to outlast the curse mark Sasuke. But Sasuke would regardless be defeating him. For Minato to arrive just short of, you know, actually capturing Sasuke, all that type of shit. And we'd still be set off on the way we do. Next 3 years will be spent Jiraiya actually training Naruto. Yeah, it was kind of like the entire Nine Tails control was bullshit. We could possibly like him actually getting the Raijin at this point and the Elemental Rasengans.
Like Jiraiya could have did so much with the 3 years training guard. You could have taught him the Dharma Rasengan, which I think you already got that. A little bit of Nine Tails training with the control.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have the Nine Tails in this one, so we don't have to worry about the Nine Tails. So
I'm talking about if he, no,
yeah, in canon, yeah, there was a lot they could have done. So
like Naruto should have been so much stronger in the actual anime.
Would he get Sage mode in those years because of, you know, Sasuke having the curse mark?
If Jiraiya death still happens, you can actually convince Naruto to get it.
No, I'm talking about in the 3 years. In the 3 year time skip, Sasuke having the curse mark and Naruto not having any cloaks, the only way he'd be keeping up with Sasuke is with the Sage mode, bro.
Is the Sage mode. Yeah, I think he can get Sage mode if Jiraiya actually decides, you know, thinks that Naruto's actually ready for it. Or if Minato thinks he's ready for it, because we know that Minato had perfect Sage mode even before he died, just didn't use it.
Near perfect Sage mode.
Yeah, because he wasn't able to use it for long, I think he was.
Okay, but Naruto would get it regardless. I doubt he's going to be doing the Shadow Clone thing. I think he'd just normally go through it, maybe take a few months to get Sage mode, but he would get Sage mode regardless.
This is an interesting discussion.
Yeah, it is a really interesting discussion. I agree on that.
So, another discussion I was planning on doing with you guys was like, what if Hashirama had enough energy to actually go catch Black Sister? Because we know that Hashirama actually looked in the direction where Black Sister was and knew who was there. Well, he didn't know exactly who it was, but he knew someone was inside the vicinity, but he didn't have enough chakra to even fucking move.
Okay, regardless, at the end of the day, I think we've gone over the entire discussion that we meant to go through. So, either way, Shinobi World is fucked until the Sage of Six Path shows up in both routes we take. But regardless, okay, so we had the 2 routes. One of the routes split into 2 of its own. And the one where Naruto still ends up getting it, that shit's gonna go to canon. The one where Obito, it's gonna end with Naruto and Sasuke once again taking him out. And then the initial route, Madara and Hashirama, would be the end of the reincarnation cycle, causing basically world peace until Naruto and Sasuke would eventually defend the world against Momoshiki. Is this all we have to say for now?
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
So I guess that's just the end of the discussion. If anyone wants to do this, what if, feel free. We just brought out the topic. Bro, we'd watch it. Like, we'd watch it. Like, tag us in the comments of your video or in your description. Just ping us or something. It's sixmysta, Lenation Productions, and Master Riku. All the links will be in the description. Ping any of us. We will watch this. It will be fucking amazing. But yeah,
exactly. Luck.
So yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you everyone for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, check out these 2 motherfuckers' channels. So without further ado, roll the outro.
1, 2, 3, let's go!
Subscribe for more. Yada yada does it.
Shout out to Jaquan Jones and Pop Hop for becoming clan members. And a special shout out to the second tier clan members, aka the Clan Warriors, Sam Cross, Avery Swearingen, Gavin Weedle, and Nick Main 98.
And hey, if you want to become a member, scroll down from the video and click the join button, or alternatively scroll down to this link. Members get videos anywhere from 24 hours to a week early.